We literally just went live, so you're too late.
Okay. Oh well.
Oops.
Hi everybody.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Yep. Yes, this is Avatar Legends season 1, episode 2.
I don't know if it's season 1.
Book 1.
I think we're only doing one season.
Are we doing one season? Is each GM a different season?
I would say each GM is a different book because I sense
book,
that the
not
tone
season,
will be...
though.
Yeah. Season 1, book 1, episode 2.
I don't think there's really seasons for Avatar unless you're, Yeah,
no, but ours is one season with chapters.
Yeah. So, what are we doing? Who are we? What's happening? It's only been one episode, so let's quickly recap.
I think last time we dropped our pregnant friend off town, and now we are leaving town. Oh, that's really all that happened.
Nothing else happened at all.
Definitely the last 2 minutes worth.
Rather a reductionist view of 4 hours.
Yeah.
We escaped from Fire Nation prison, and
we did do that.
Found
a nearby village.
People who are hiding out in a nearby village. Yep.
Realized some of them needed to leave town. We needed to leave town. We should team up, so we did. Until we left town, and then we left them at another town because they were good to stop.
Now we've once again left town.
Correct.
A classic refugee story.
Yep. You just leave every town behind.
Got the good
We need cowboy
nature,
hats
good
and horses. Ostrich horses.
Horses? No. We need more horses.
Those weird raptor-ish ostrich things. Yeah, whatever those were.
I'm assuming ostrich horses.
I think they are ostrich horses.
But I think you can get a funnier combination horse than an ostrich.
They don't feel horse-like. They're just ostrich mounts.
Like a kangaroo horse would be fun. That's basically a llama with short fur.
Yeah, basically chocobos. There you go.
Yeah.
That's
much less cute versions of chocobos.
You are right. It was an ostrich horse. I am looking at the wiki right now. We could also have used owl wolves.
What?
No,
or
we're not
possum
riding
chickens.
owl wolves. That seems dangerous.
I think there's at least a roll involved beforehand, yeah.
Both animals are known to bite your eyes out.
This is true.
So, we're going to avoid the owl wolf.
What about elephant rats? How do we feel about
elephant rats? No, but rat elephant, yes.
I would ride a rat the size of an elephant.
Yeah.
Let me see what one
I
this
would
is.
make a really cute pet of an elephant the size of a rat.
Either way, I'd be good with elephant rats, I think.
So it is a rat with an elephant nose, so that's why it's an elephant rat.
Yeah.
So it is the size of a rat, so, roughly
It has the little face of an
hand-sized.
elephant, but the body of a rat.
Yeah.
Some kind of weird genetic experiment. Okay.
Isn't all of Avatar just a weird genetic experiment like all those animals?
No?
Avatar
I
set
would
in our
prefer
universe
not
just
to zoom out into
millennia.
space, because we'll find ourselves in a Stellaris campaign if we do.
A Stellaris or Stars Without Number campaign.
Yeah, it's just going to be like, it turns out that this weird civilization has been giving everyone genetic mutations and mixing them up, and that's why everyone can bend, and they're just observing you all.
Now, an elephant rat man would be cool.
Anthropomorphic elephant rat. Okay.
Elephant rat man.
Yeah,
Next
elephant
stage
rat
of
man.
evolution.
Also, has Avatar ever addressed lycanthropy?
No.
No.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Can you be a were-lion wolf? Or lion moose?
Werewolf lion?
I mean, when you're GM, you can
Ask the
justify
moon
whatever you
spirit.
can justify.
I already have too much
Go
to
talk to a nice
justify.
fish lady.
I have too much to justify already.
I mean,
can't go adding.
okay, so
other
you're not
things.
gonna have a lycanthrope join the pie show tournament.
No,
Man.
no.
Okay.
Oh, if it was unmentioned, there will be a tournament arc somewhere in the near future.
It will likely be pie show.
Yeah. I hope
I
you're
can't-
ready for gamified tournament arc where we have a bracket we're
Yeah.
just gonna go through.
I'm hoping there's a we completely switch genre and suddenly this is like Yu-Gi-Oh where
That's my
everything is
point.
solved
It will
through
be
pie
a
show.
different. It
Yeah.
will be a different genre.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For
I'm
the
like,
tournament.
Father, I will duel you for the fate of our city. I will take my heritage from you in a pie show game. Yeah.
I'm gonna make
I
up
like
a bunch
draw
of
my tile.
Yeah, I'm gonna make up a bunch of bad guys to put in the tournament with you that may or may not beat you with sticks outside of the games. Like it's, but
Yep.
it's all gonna be rollable tables, so we're just gonna go through it together to
Yeah.
find out what
Or
happens.
Yoshi? I don't know.
It's gonna be a
But
thing.
but for right now,
We're actually
now we
right now
have
we're
to-
still relatively
We're going
within...
to town 4.
well,
Town-
it
you don't-
would technically
prison a town?
town 3.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
got prison.
let's
We got town after prison.
We got town after prison.
Yeah, we got town after town after
The
prison.
formerly destroyed town. That one is that.
Yeah,
so
formerly destroyed
once
town.
again, this group has become the Semantic Avengers.
And then we
I think
have-
we're still in town 3. I think
Are we
town
still?
3 and town 4
That's
are
up
the
to
same.
Zen. Zen, are we? Yeah.
We may
Set-
or may not be in town
Please,
3. but
please
town
reel us
4
back. We are
Yeah.
a kite
Town 4
blowing in
So-
a hurricane.
Yeah, Quiwa, you know the area. Bao, you probably do too. It's not far from Duofei. If that's somewhere where you wish to seek refuge, you think that's a wise idea?
Let's go to the air temple. Just
Let's
kidding.
just
I mean, it's on the
walk-
way. It's literally on the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there a lava temple we could visit instead?
I don't think lava temples exist, sadly, and
I mean,
Don't think.
fire.
Why not?
definitely do.
There are fire temples.
Yeah. But there's also lava
probably a
bending.
river
I
But
don't
yeah,
know. Is there lava bending?
I
is-
mean, there can be. We're gonna say there can be.
Yeah.
And if
There's
that's not
probably no
canonical,
lava-bending
multiverse, fuck you.
establishment. If there is, it's like a secret lava bending cult of some kind. That's not public.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not part of the public establishment.
But yeah, from where you are, Duofei would kind of be mostly north, but somewhat east. There's 2 ways to get there that you are sure of. You could take the roads and just figure out how to get there, or you could head straight east, hit the river, and follow that all the way up.
The road
There's
seems
no role
dangerous.
here. It's just where you're setting yourselves.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. The road seems dangerous. It feels
Yeah.
more fun to walk to the river and then Huckleberry Finn our way the rest of the journey.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think Quiwa would say it's not. It's common to have travelers follow the river, but there are Fire Nation ships every so often, and so we don't want to get close enough to be recognized. Sometimes we may have to hide or otherwise hide our identities.
I think I'd be hesitant to get on a small raft, just like
Oh,
or
I'm not saying.
boat,
I'm just
but
saying like
follow the river.
Yeah.
Sure.
you
You
can
wanna
pull the
walk.
barge.
The whole
Right.
way.
Okay.
But yeah,
No, that was a question. You wanted to walk the whole way.
Isn't that somewhat normal?
The question is, are you going to exit your metal can for any period of time?
Oh, I more meant I don't want to walk the whole way. And it was an admonishment of your plan to not get a raft.
See, we can get a cart.
I'm open to cart. I'm open to palanquin. I'm open to bounce.
The difficulty with Duofei is that it is heavily inspected by Fire Nation troops. It's a trade city.
Yeah.
and the Fire Nation inspect basically all goods going through. That probably extends to people as well. We should be careful with how we get in specifically, not get
Yeah,
close.
I'm not talking about getting in. I just don't want to walk the whole way there. Yeah,
We can flag someone down, I suppose,
All
as
right.
long as they aren't gonna talk.
Are there any carts around that we can see?
I go to the river and like hold out my hand with like a hitchhiker sign.
It's walking backwards down the river. Just
Yep.
Not falling over at all.
Yeah, there are there are river barges that go up and down. Ostensibly, it's earthbender food being shipped downriver, like the other way from where you're going.
Yeah, going away from
To the front lines of the war.
Mhm.
But there are empty barges coming back if there are full ones going down there. So, yeah, you could reasonably find transportation or the opportunity for it anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think as we're doing this, Quiwo looks at Aeon and says, "How are we going to explain the suit this time?"
I don't think there's anything really to do but hide it. Though I don't know how we're gonna do that. A sheet?
ooh. We could say it's a statue. A
Or
It is
lewd
art.
statue
The special
that must be
statue
covered.
of your dad that we need to present to him at the city.
It's a giant naked statue of your dad. We're covering with a sheet to protect his modesty. No, you can't peek.
I think we may just have to take a ship at this point.
That was my suggestion all along. We walk for a bit, get
Like,
on a raft,
forcibly?
float
You mean
most of the
steal
way, get off the raft. I don't know. Make it, steal it, buy it. We'll find the raft when the raft is ready. But we're just not walking the whole way.
I
So-
would point out that you might have a move that works here, Quiwe.
That's true. Yeah.
You have summon raft as a spell or something?
Oh
Summon
no.
raft.
I'm gonna
Robe of useful.
raid my lineage's resources.
Ooh, royal pleasure barge, amazing.
I don't. It's not that royal. My father's more of a trade king.
Noble
Dockhouse.
pleasure
There's probably
barge.
a nearby like, and there's probably a nearby dockhouse or something. That I'm like, yeah, they generally keep
My
boats
family
in there
has a
that are
boat
like they need
for
repair, but
dockhouse.
they're not so bad they can't float. So we can just steal one of them. Is what I'm gonna try.
No.
Um,
Okay.
When you raid
Robbery.
your lineage's resources without their consent or knowledge, mark a condition, flat out, and roll with your progress. Fun. How do I feel about this?
Oh wait, hold on.
There's
I forgot. You
conditions.
do your thing first, then I gotta ask questions.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely feeling guilty about this for now.
Fair enough.
Shouldn't be stealing.
For my own family, and I'm gonna roll with my progress, which I believe is I was gonna say +1, but it might actually be 0.
I think it's 0. Yeah, everybody except one player ended at at the
All
center.
right.
And did we figure out if it reset to center or no?
On a rest it does, so yes, it will.
Okay.
Does your
Um,
fatigue go away on a rest?
some of it does, depends on how you slept.
Did we sleep after our fight?
We'll say you took a night's rest in
In town.
In town,
Yeah,
which will
Tatsu.
probably not be great
something
because
like
they're
that.
rebuilding everything, so probably like sleeping on the ground
Like a-
still.
Yeah, so 3 fatigue.
Excellent.
I
That's
only
as
had
much as I
1.
had.
Cool.
Okay. And then I am going to roll once I can show the roll log on stream. Oh. Okay, just a sec.
Mm.
The roll log is broken, but that's just because I need to delete it entirely from this.
You said you took guilty?
I took a guilty, yeah,
Okay.
because I have never been one to act against my family until now.
Okay. Just so everybody knows, on those condition windows, those black windows, just right-click, multi-sided, choose side, and there's a slider.
Oh,
can-
cool.
Mm.
There we go.
Yeah.
And the
My-
balance and center work the same way.
Perfect, we're good. Okay.
Thank you.
So I'm going to roll a flat 2d6, because I have a 0. Oh!
That's an 11.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes remarkably well. On a hit, hold 1 resource. On a 10 plus, choose 2 as well. I can either obtain additional resource, I do it quietly and quickly and they won't know. I steal myself for what I'm doing, avoid marking a condition. I don't want to steal myself. I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to nab it quickly and quietly so they won't know. And I'm going to attain an additional resource. So I think in this case, one of the resources would presumably be a here we go, spending resources. Spend resources to establish a boon you previously had, or obtain something with your lineage's unique position in stores you can provide, such as a vehicle, invitation, chest of jade coins, etc.
You
So
can
I
just get
think
a chest of money.
I mean
yeah.
in this game money isn't that big of a deal, so
The
yeah.
jade coins are so like jade's expensive. Isn't it more expensive than gold?
Hey, not when you have earthbenders that can just be like jade and pull it up out of the ground.
That's a good point. Yeah. People can't just mine by taking a quick stroll through the woods.
Can I do
That's
that while
fair.
we're walking through the woods? Just go.
Theoretically,
Fire
yeah.
jade out.
I'm
Add
going
it to your
to
bling.
obviously spend one of the hold for a boat. The other one I'll wait and see, but I'm thinking I'm not going to spend it yet, but it might be a cover identity to get us inside.
Mm.
Fair enough.
Mhm. I have a thing I also should have done at the start of the session.
Okay.
So at the beginning of each session, I roll, taking +1 for each yes to these questions in regards to my ward. Q. I'm gonna call you Q. Do you believe your ward listens to you more often than not? Yeah. I'm gonna say those faces probably no.
I'd say if I'm going to be semantic, it's going to be about 50-50, which is not more often than not. It is
Yeah.
equally often compared to not. After you
Have
charged
you
in blindly last
Yeah.
session, I'm like, okay, less.
Mm-hmm. This might also make this next question a no. Have you recently protected them or helped them with a problem?
I specifically provided you with covering fire when you charged in, so yes.
Wait, yes?
You were supposed to help, or has
I'm supposed to help you.
Oh,
Bao
I
helped
misunderstood the question. Okay.
Yeah, these are questions for
Did
me to you.
Bao recently help me? Not specifically, especially with the
Yeah.
attempted conversation thing.
Mm-hmm. Is there an immediate threat to your ward that you are aware of?
The Fire Nation?
Not that isn't not that's immediate in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know if we count your dad as an immediate threat.
I don't know if he's a threat. He might not be.
Do I know he's a threat?
I mean, he
think he's a
technically got
giant
you
question
chucked
mark.
into prison to protect.
Yeah, he sent you to help me into prison, so I don't think he's a threat.
Okay. So I just rolled 2d6 and things might happen. Oh. Cool. So on a miss, I hold 1, but we're drifting apart on different paths. By the end of the session, you must choose one. Decide you're the only one who can keep them safe. Shift your balance twice towards self-reliance and keep them as your ward. Decide they can handle life without your protection. Shift your balance twice towards trust. and switch your ward to a new person. And then you can also shift your ward if the character leaves. Yeah, so I choose whether you can live without me or not. And so I still hold 1 to take. Here, I'm gonna ping this. It's a long
Yeah.
move.
Okay. Spend hold to do 3 things. Automatically protect or defend me, track me down even if I'm specifically hidden or avoiding you, or figure out what I'm up to without me knowing. And you hold 1 even on a miss, yeah, but then at the end of the session, choose 1. Cool. I like that it says you can switch wards if they leave player no longer present.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have 1 hold for that. Let me figure
All
out a
of the-
place to put this.
Yeah, all of the playbook specials are so complicated.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Destined one, I have a list of. I broke mine up into chunks, so it's not nearly as big. But I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 questions that I need to discover the answer for. But like, I can't just decide them. Like, we have to specifically and slowly discover the answers to these questions.
Yep. No, they're all big deals for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's not even half of the like special move.
Yeah. No,
I have a track that I fill, and as the track fills, I have a different list of things.
it's a whole thing. But yeah, I think so my lineage resources are technically servants or muscle, and introductions or connections are the big thing. So I don't think maybe they don't directly own the ship that we're stealing.
They own the crew.
Yeah, I think they are they going to be those people who use subcontractors instead of employees?
Oh yeah, because you
I
can treat the
think so.
subcontractors way worse.
I think they are going to be like it's going to be subcontractor versus employee legal relationship. It's going to be a whole thing. So I think what happens is
provide
we don't
proof of
actually
their
steal the
heritage.
ship. We show up to like one of the sailors who like basically is in debt to my family, and I'm like, yeah, I'm calling this in. You should transport me and like don't tell my family, but I'll make sure your debt's taken care of totally, and I'm completely lying. And basically
Awesome.
we don't just get a ship, we get a ship and a sailor. I think we get the resources, the sailor, and his or her ship.
They have a boat. They have like access to, or just it is theirs.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
it's just a
transport
barge.
So they
Yeah.
might
River
have like
barge. You've got the one cabin.
I'm
and
I'm guessing
that's,
there's like one middle-aged person and their like niece or nephew who's like helping them, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and their job is just go up and down the river.
Yep.
That's all they do. But yeah. So you've got a boat, and just so we're aware, where is the suit and where is Aeon, and are they superimposed or not?
No. At this moment in time, Aeon, I think, will be out of the suit as it being a whole lot less conspicuous.
Yeah,
We were
showing
laughing
up and-
about it, but I'm literally covering the sucker with a sheet or a crate or something of that like. Probably have an eye on it at all times to some degree,
Yeah.
unless peeled away completely. But yeah,
Okay.
not connected.
Yeah, it's a little bit suspicious to like walk up to a guy and be like, "Yeah, let me ride on your boat in power armor."
Clang, clang, clang.
Citizen, I'm commandeering this vessel.
Quiwa is near the front of the boat, just kind of watching as ahead of them as they go.
But yeah, I guess the first thing you see, you travel for about half a day or so.
We bring the old man.
Yeah.
We have the old man.
Yeah, Sato
Yeah.
will be with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Aeon would like to ask Dama-Lee to, teach him how to play Pai Shou.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if we have any character scenes, this is the perfect time for character
Yes,
scenes.
on the
Yeah,
boat, yes,
definitely.
let's play Pai Shou. I think I have getting a piece of charcoal or something and literally drawn the pie show board on the deck of the barge
Okay.
That's
because
awesome.
I was not able to get my giant pie show board out of prison with me.
We'll
What
we'll
are we using
rescue
for
it sometime.
tiles? Just
I
like
have
the
the
blocks
tiles.
from the riverbed? Oh,
I
you
have
do.
the
Okay.
tiles, but I was not, I had, before prison, I had a cart with a big pie show table in the back, but I have since lost my cart, my lizard, and my pie show table.
Yep.
Sounds like the beginning of a blues song.
Country music for sure.
Yeah, there was a whole, like, solo season of just going through the desert and playing people in pie show. There's that previous season that he did all by himself.
Yep. Um. Yeah,
So
you guys
yeah,
are playing Pie Show.
yes.
Pass
I
the
think
time
Quiwa
going up the
comes
river.
by and watches as this is happening.
Yeah, and I do a whole thing where I compare it all to combat. It's just like a fight. There is no difference.
Do you
We'll
want?
cycle back to
Are
this
you just
later.
gonna? Are you gonna do a fight now?
Nope, but we'll cycle back to it later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
we'll figure that out. But yeah, you guys spend some time
Mm.
learning Pie Show.
The greatest game in the world.
What are the other two of you up to?
I think
He
Bao
was
wants to
watching.
talk to the only other adult in the room, which would be your let me see,
Sato.
Sato?
Sato. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Bao just goes over to wherever Sato is, and is just like, uh, why did you leave me alone with them?
There is only so much I could take. They are rather loud. And as you can see, like, he's obviously got a hangover.
Yeah. It is very hard to herd.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of a.
There were owl cats in the Appa Alone episode.
Yeah, there
It's
were.
very hard.
Finding Appa.
Yes, it's hard to herd these owl cats around.
You're doing an excellent job of it.
I mean, Dama Lee is Dama Lee. We have
I didn't
Q.
even done it for like a caricature it. It's just decided on a problem.
Yeah, that's what my character thinks about you. He's like, you're a firebender who doesn't want a firebend. He just wants to play Pie Show.
Yeah, really be.
Mhm. Q is just wanting to like go off by herself and do big things, but she she's just not ready. And then we have Aeon, who I don't even know how, like, the good of the Fire Nation outweighs the bad. I don't know how to speak to these kids.
You you must take them as they are. Dama may be a bit aloof, but he's the mind of an excellent tactician. Quiwa needs to see the world. Through that, she will find her place. Aeon, well, who knows?
I think it'd be very conducive for Aeon's perspective on life if you told him some of the things you've seen. Has he said?
You know that that there's something, but and obviously there's an animosity toward the Fire Nation, but no specifics.
Yeah, maybe some of the things you've seen that made you feel the way you do about the Fire Nation. Maybe then he can understand, because I feel like at this point it is very hard to justify some of the Fire Nation's actions. I'm fine with the people. You're a very nice old man. We have good conversations like this.
I am not that old.
Oh, very
Fine,
unmoisturized man then.
It's very
It
dry.
happens when you
Very
fire
pickled.
event. Like, it kind of dries you out a bit.
Mm,
If the opportunity presents itself, I will speak with Aeon. But I would caution against being too jarring. He's young.
I just feel like sometimes we need a little shock to understand the way the world is.
I have a feeling we are in for many shocks. They will become apparent in time.
I think you'll just sort of nod at that and then like
Okay.
pull out another flask or whatever for him.
I'm gonna have you. Well, the option is there to resist changing your balance toward trust, because that's what he's trying to do. Is say, hey, you got to trust these people to find their own way.
Mm,
Oh, there's moves we
Yay,
could.
balance
So many
moves.
social moves.
Yep.
balance moves reference.
Right now,
Uh,
Sato's an NPC, not a PC. So yeah, they just call you out.
You can resist shifting your balance is the move.
Yeah, deny a call out.
Uh-huh. So is there any reason to not try to roll it?
So you can.
Because it says on a hit, I act as they say or mark 1 fatigue. On a 10 plus, their words hit hard. You must also shift your balance toward the called on principle. On a miss, you stand strong, clear your condition, mark 1 fatigue, or shift your balance.
Well, this is resist shifting your balance, not denying a call out. He's not
Oh.
calling on you to act on the principle. He's saying, look, there's trust is here. Follow the trust. He's not being. I want to say the main difference is he's not like actively pushing.
Right.
Yep.
He's just
as
providing
PCs
perspective.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, as PCs, we can't shift each other's balance without calling them out to act on it immediately. But
Yeah.
NPCs can shift
Okay.
PCs' balance.
I was just looking at the
without-
wrong thing.
Yeah. NPCs basically have that ability that we don't have to passively shift our balance.
Okay. I think he will grit his teeth and go, I will try, Master Sato. I take your wisdom and I will try to apply it, but I swear to the spirits, if this goes bad, I will lock them down tighter than the prison we came out of.
That'll go wonderfully, I'm sure.
Okay, so I just shift to trust.
Oh, there's a roll.
Oh, there's a roll that happens?
Yes.
Yeah,
If
you
you
gotta
are
roll
resisting, yeah.
2d6.
No, I'm not
Not
resisting.
resisting.
Oh, you're not resisting. So on a
No,
miss.
I'm saying like, yeah, I'll shift this way, but I swear if this goes bad.
Okay, yeah, then just shift.
Okay.
Yep.
I guess how do I do it on here on the playmat?
Just right click it,
right-click.
multi-sided, hit choose side, and there'll be a slider.
So like that?
That's your center.
Oh, okay.
Do the other one. But yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. So like that.
Yep. +1 trust, -1 self-reliance.
Got it.
All right. Quiwa, were you doing something?
Quiwa was watching the game. I think she watches the Pi Show game.
Okay.
If I assume if Damali holds nothing back, he demolishes Aeon.
Oh yeah, no, I play to win. I don't play to lose.
I'm going to teach you humility.
Can you teach me how to play chess, Master? What's his name?
I mean, I don't think that the idea
tell
of
you
Pi
what you
Show is
do.
very interesting to begin with, so it's not something I've ever done before, or figured out. So I lose
Yeah.
badly.
Now, I do tell you what you do wrong after you make every wrong move. Like, I wait for you to make it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, so here's why that was wrong.
Yeah, and then you just take the
You're
tile.
trying. So I think conversation-wise, at least, I want to ask you, like, so how did you get here? Like, you showed up in a Fire Nation prison. How did that happen? What's your story?
I'm going to be the world's greatest Pai Sho player, and I've known this ever since I was a wee child. So by about the age of, 8, I put some sneakers on. I waved goodbye to my mom. It's the start of Pokemon.
Only 2 years early.
You went to the next town to get some running shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looked in the grass, found a bunch of tiles, and
Yeah.
And you decided every trash can must be checked, see if there's anything useful inside it.
Yeah, and I have just I've got to be the very best. I've been
So,
traveling around, the world. I didn't really go to the water tribes because
Did you search far and wide?
that's a lot of time on a boat. But I did search far and wide, and I like that. You've just been learning how to be the very best at Pai Show. I like to hang out in parks and play with the old men who are always there, despite whatever country we're in. And
Or
they're
the
just
war that's
playing.
happening. Or
Yeah.
anything. They're just still there.
The old men in the parks that play Pai Show are a fixture of this world and a treasure to be
Believe it.
held.
I believe it.
oh,
But yeah,
So
I used
you-
to have a lizard, and we were friends, but didn't make it with prison. Just a
I'm-
regular giant lizard.
is that
Not
even a thing?
yeah, not a lizard bear or like
No, giant.
Lizard
It's
tiger?
giant is the
Ah,
prefix.
that's yeah.
Giant
It's
lizard.
half lizard, half giant. That makes sense.
What was the lizard that was running on water?
I don't remember.
Oh, I could look it up.
the thing that
Was
June
a
rides.
greyhound? It was.
Mm,
Oh,
her
the
thing-
thing that like hold on, I could get to it.
There are water running lizards.
Azula and the
Why did
other
I have?
two
Why did
at
I
one
close the
point
wiki?
have it.
Like, it should just
Either
be
way.
open.
Only for referencing animals do we really need it open.
Yes. I closed
Yes.
that page like yesterday. It'd been up on my just on my Chrome for like the past month. It's just Avatar wiki.
But yeah, so you
So,
you have a conversation. I mean, if you want to continue on,
Is there more things you'd like to know? They're pretty one note. I have traveling. I had a cart and a lizard. That's gone. I haven't figured out any of the background family stuff. So until something happens that I have figured it out.
I think Quiwa, who has been listening quietly the whole time, says, why Pai Show?
Oh, I was chosen. This is not optional.
So you don't
I'm
like
on a mission
playing
from
it?
God.
I mean, you just put tiles down. Like, there's no robot fighter or whatever your job is. The spirits reached out and have declared me the future world's greatest Pai Sho player. And I don't really know what happens if I don't do that. That was unclear.
have you ever not played Pai Sho?
I mean, there was a time before I was chosen. But since then, that's really what I've done just about every day.
Who did you find to play with in the prison?
The guards? Mostly the guards. Why do you think I always had extra noodles?
So it wasn't that bad.
No, they're bad, but I had the extra. I got more noodles, and it wasn't like more good noodles. It was just a bigger portion because they couldn't beat me.
I mean, I guess you've got to bet with something.
Yeah.
Shins.
Why were you in prison? Is it a robot fighting not cool anymore?
Well, first off, we found the robot in the prison, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
no,
Got
I
it.
didn't have a robot fight
Were
ahead
you?
of time.
What did you do before prison? Were you not always a robot fighter?
I was not always a robot fighter.
Weird. Okay.
Basically, well, my town was. They were going to war, and the people were. And we had. Ugh. We had this drill because we were mining, and they wanted to take the drill and they wanted to use it to make some earthworks, but that would have actually broken it, and that wouldn't have done good things. So I was trained on it, so I used it, and then the Fire Nation came just at that moment in time, and it wasn't exactly good timing.
Wait, the Fire Nation came into the Fire Nation? Color me surprised.
No, not the Fire Nation. I'm not from the Fire Nation, says the,
Oh.
half
Are you
green,
from-
half red dressed person.
I didn't. Was there a Robot Nation I missed? I mean, I didn't go to school long, but I don't think I saw Robot Nation.
Opens frantically to go find my city name. I don't remember the note, but no, I'm from this city over here in the or in the Earth Nation. It's kind of top north, never east, never west, top northwest, very, very close, invaded very early, has been under Fire Nation for a long time. I mean, things worked pretty fine there until we finally decided to make a resistance. I mean, after my sister died, the person who took care of me was from the Fire Nation. She's the person who taught me how to use the drill and how to make stuff. And it was way safer than what we were doing before.
Okay, so what did you do before the whole robot bit?
Was a child?
You,
I mean, I didn't. I was
you
young enough. I
obviously
didn't have to
didn't
go
play
work
Pai
in the
Sho,
mine yet.
so
I learned about the drill. Pardon?
you obviously didn't play Pai Sho. Were you just like a child laborer?
No. I
That's what it
mean,
sounds like.
I went to school. I learned how to make some stuff. I played in the woods.
So you went to robot school? Is there a robot school?
I mean, not robots, but I made a couple of gadgets, sure. Gears and heating metal, and Marissa needs to know more about these things.
How did someone like you end up in the Resistance?
No, I'm not.
She's directing that to Aeon.
I wasn't in the Resistance. I was just making sure they didn't break the drill. They were going to take it with me or without me, and so I decided.
You were thrown in prison with us for resisting arrest?
Wrong place, the wrong time.
I think that's what happened. That's what it sounds like, right?
That sounds familiar. How were you arrested, actually, now? Quiwa turns to Dama.
Oh, it's an amazing question. I'd love to help with that. I'm not actually sure.
I mean, something probably happened just before you were arrested.
I was playing Pai Sho in an alley, I think. And then, the Fire Nation gauntlet landed on my shoulder. And they said, "You're coming with us." And I said, "But it's my turn." And they hit me upside the head.
ousted from a back alley pie show game.
Yeah. Quiwa doesn't know enough to know what that means, so I think she just says, maybe you beat the wrong person.
I think it was that I had my opponent's weight in jade coins bet on the game.
How much did they weigh?
I don't know the metrics we use in
Yeah, they never
Avatar.
mention it, I don't think.
I mean, in the Earth Kingdom, it's stone.
Oh, of course it is.
How much is a stone? I'm sorry, I use
They're called
American.
embers in the Fire Nation.
something like that.
And icicles in the Water Nation. It's just gonna it's gonna start getting weird.
I mean, $1.10.
$1.10 in jade. That's it.
I mean, like 110 stone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how did you get into the Fire Nation prison then, Quiwa?
Yeah.
Your dad's some sort of in charge, isn't he?
You could, in a way, it's another case of wrong place, wrong time. One of my friends invited me to what I thought was a party. It was a backfire recruitment meetup.
Who's Backfire?
They're the people who we split off from. My friend.
We do know
from
this. Okay,
yeah,
never mind.
my friend from that. I think my friend also went to jail with me, and then she split off. I think when Backfire split off. So I think I like name drop that friend because you would have met her before we split off, and I say like, yeah, she invited me to a Backfire meetup, recruitment meeting, and the Fire Nation showed up. I didn't know what it was and wasn't planning on coming back.
So you were at a underground radical meeting and then were surprised at the arrest?
I said it was the wrong place, wrong time. I didn't know.
I mean, that is the very wrong place.
Yes, it is. And then I was imprisoned within my city. Very shortly afterwards, I was moved far away, as you can now see. I haven't seen my family since.
So Aeon's quiet for just a little bit, and he kind of speaks up and is, you know what, I want to say I'm sorry for, the last, back at that medical tent and that stuff. I think I pushed you into a situation you weren't ready for, and I didn't, I spent my time moving logs, and you were dealing with sick people, and I didn't even see the sick people much, and you obviously were upset with that, and I shouldn't have. I'm sorry about that. I shouldn't have. Doesn't matter.
I'm considering. Hold on. What are your forgiveness and action? Okay. No, I don't think there's a way for that would fit for me to call you out or anything like that. I think Quiwa says, it's fine. Back then I wanted to get back home, but the closer I get, the more I realize how different things might be when I get there. my father always promised that he would protect his family. That when the Fire Nation appeared and showed up in front of Duofei, we surrendered very, very shortly.
I mean, that sounds like protection to me.
Duofei, as you'll see shortly, is very defensible. But it relies on its trade. With Fire Nation blockading the river, it was under siege. My father quickly negotiated terms of surrender in his favor, meaning that he was still in charge of the city, so to speak, but it was very much under Fire Nation rule, and he was not alone in his rule of it.
So your people, they didn't have to fight. No one had to suffer.
And there are a lot of people in the city who do not like my father for what he did, who do not like my family for what he did. But he would justify that all the time by saying it was to protect not just the city, but especially his family.
I mean, fair point. They probably would have thrown you in jail much sooner.
But they did throw me in jail. And my father, for all of his influence, still, all of his deals, he didn't do anything to stop it.
I mean, you were at an anti-Fire Nation party.
And as I told him in a letter I never received a response back to, and like Quiwa is trying to keep herself calm, but she says, I told him it was an accident, that I didn't know where I was going to, that it was, and I like named the person, that it was this person just invited me and I thought it was a party.
Curiosity, it's been a little while. Can Baohu have wandered over to our conversation at this point?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
are you guys just
I could
having
see-
this on the middle of the deck?
Yeah, in front of the drawn
Yes,
pie show board.
100%.
Yeah, now I'm just
Yeah.
angrily staring at
Back
the pie
resting
show
on
board, being like, this way to go.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Move the tile. It'll be horrible, but
Yeah, I think Bao's gonna like lean against a mast or something there, and Zen, does Bao know he was thrown in jail for like a BS reason just to go protect Q?
I think so. Weren't you like the guard before jail too?
I think
Yeah.
You were
do
probably
know.
at the party, right?
Oh,
Up to you.
Yeah, you were there
could've
as
been-
like the personal guard.
could have been
I mean,
safe.
still.
even if you weren't like at there with your ward, you would probably followed her there and maybe got swept up.
yeah,
Or
probably.
even if you were at home, it was your job to watch.
Yeah.
You're
That's true.
responsible.
Well,
So even
because
if you would have gotten out of those charges, it was later made sure. Actually, no, you.
I think what it was, because like part of the reason why Bao doesn't like Q's dad is because he threw him in prison, right?
Yeah, he blames you for his daughter
Yeah.
having been at a place that she shouldn't have been.
So I think she snuck out. I got
Absolutely.
blamed for it, and then I was thrown in prison for some other like made up reason.
The
to
first
go
time I
protect
sneak
her.
out to a party, and it turns out it's this like terrorist group.
Turns out it's Al Qaeda. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Yeah, so I think Bao is gonna just sort of like lean there and say, "Your father had enough pull to throw me in prison to protect you."
Does that make the situation better or worse?
Yeah, Quiwa is just getting mad
Can't
again.
even go to prison without a babysitter? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Quiwa's getting mad again when she sees you. She's surprised at first, and then she's like, well, he should have had enough to stop me from going in the first place.
But you did the crime.
No, I didn't do anything.
The crime is being at the party. I'm not saying the law is justified.
It's almost like when you kowtow to the Fire Nation, bad things still happen.
No. It's when you kowtow to anyone.
I mean, it's not like the Earth Nation isn't run by a bunch of kings.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
Quiwa's just gonna get up and
Are we
walk away
going
from
into
everyone
anarchy
else
now?
again.
Anarchy!
No, the only. The
Let
only
me
true
pitch you
path
on my
is
idea of the
freedom.
anarcho-syndicalist commune.
See,
We'll build an underground community, like completely,
Yeah.
like find a
But-
big cave and expand it with earthbending.
Welcome
it's-
to Hobo Town.
it's probably not the most. It's honestly not even my favorite political belief, but that was less of like an anarcho, more of just like no rules. I'm just gonna do whatever I want,
Yeah.
and
You're-
no
you're
one's gonna stop
personal
me.
anarchist.
pure,
Anarchist.
pure libertarian. Yeah.
But yeah, just wander. Like what is this staying around business you're suggesting?
You don't like it, leave. Find someplace better. It's always good.
Yeah, you do like it, leave anyway. You're probably being lied to.
But yeah,
The
Quiwa
source-
is gonna walk back to the front of the ship and like go back to away from everyone else, staring out at the front.
Okay. I think we let the awkwardness sort of hang, and let the camera like pan up to the sky. Some time's gonna pass. You guys got some travel time, but I think it dissolves and opens back up on a darkly lit, well-appointed office. There's some lanterns lit that are casting sort of a red pallor across. And 6 Fire Nation officers are seated at a long meeting table. Sitting at the table's head is a woman in her 40s. She's got short, dark, bobbed hair, framing a stern face. And her brown eyes narrow as she begins yelling and slams a fist on the table. How could this happen? Since being founded in the colonies, Division 11 has never lost a single prisoner. At last count, at least 20 individuals are unaccounted for. And now I'm told the Huyen girl is among them. This is completely unacceptable. And you. And she harshly points an accusatory finger across the table at a man on the other side. It's developing that confounded machine here without my knowledge, only to let some fool child turn it against us. Rest assured, Honto, when the general gets here, I will not be the one that he blames for this absolute cluster. Colonel Mori, you forget your place. The division is the sole the research division is the sole reason this prison even exists. Without my confounded machines, as you so eloquently call them, you would be nothing more than a jailer in the eyes of the Fire Lord. It is only through ingenuity, research, and results that the generals and the war minister favor us. I do agree that there was a massive failure within our division, but that failure lies with your guards. How is it that an earthbender slipped past your notice? Who cleared that drunken disgrace to work in the labor camps? And why, if she is oh so important, is this Huyen girl mixed with the general population? Anto notices the colonel falter for a moment, presses his advantage. But calm yourself, Colonel. I called her a general. Sorry, Colonel. But calm yourself, Colonel, for we do have some time. News of the prison's misfortune has been kept to a minimum due to a freak accident at the nearby communications tower. Fortunately for us, the tower was previously able to send a message to our illustrious general about another warden who's been lax in their duties. He will be delayed at a prolonged inspection. Now, if you're finished prattling on about blame, I would suggest you pay careful attention, because I'm about to solve the issue for you. Lieutenant Kai, if you would be so kind. The officer to the right of Honto stands up and walks to the door. As he opens it, we see a heavily bandaged yet familiar Fire Nation soldier walk into the room. The striker that got away from the last conflagration. We close on that.
I knew we should have broken his jaw.
I knew we should have rocked his ass.
We already got his hands.
We got the one guy though, right? Because he got like really knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we transition back to the barge after the commercial break for, action figures in the shape of your characters.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Although mine's super boring.
With net launching attachment.
And Dama Lee with his signature catchphrase, I'd rather be playing Pai Show.
Yep. What do you mean I have to sit for a toy design session?
I better be getting paid for this. But yeah, we come back to the barge. Quiwa, you know that you're at a point in the river where you're coming up on, it's sort of like the major bridge that goes across the river to get to the other side, to go up to Dual Fay.
Mm-hmm.
And well, who would be paying the most attention to the surroundings at this point of the four of you, do you think?
Probably Bahu, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
professional
Classic
soldier.
bodyguard.
Yep.
Bow, up ahead, you hear the chugging of, I hesitate to call it a motor, but yeah, the chugging of a motor.
Some kind of steam engine.
Yeah.
Is it a steam engine? Because in Avatar, before steam, it seems like a lot of problems are solved with benders.
Well,
Well,
if
this
it's
is as
Fire
well.
Nation, then it's gonna be...
It's like a really early steam engine, maybe.
Yeah. So this is as well. What you see coming towards you is a small wave that seems to be in the middle of the river, which is a little odd, and a guy riding on top of it, which is a little bit more odd. And behind him, there are two large metal, not as big as boats, sort of contraptions that are skimming across the top of the water. They're like proto jet skis.
Yeah.
Not the ski dudes.
Oh, I know what these are.
Yeah, they were in an episode. This is an earlier version of them. Basically, it's two firebenders. One of them is driving. The other one is standing on the back with a foot pump for water into a pressure vessel, and he's bending fire into it to make steam.
All right, this is a different anime reference, but is anyone else? I think I'm the only one that's watched too much One Piece. But Fire Fista's Ace's little canoe that has an engine on the back that he just pumps fire into is what I'm picturing.
It's basically that, yeah. But it's a two-man operation, and the two jet skis seem to be chasing this person who's up on top of a wave in the middle of a river, which doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And you can see that they're coming downriver towards you at quite a clip.
If we've been alerted, I'll
Yeah, Bahu, you
for
see them
one,
first.
have been next to the sheeted object, but also kind of like, am I going to get into the suit? And I'll watch and see how things go.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we have company on the water. I think I'm just gonna like bend my crystals to be ready
Bahu
to like
retrieves
launch.
her bow, probably hidden between two crates or something.
And at those signals, I'll disappear.
She looks at Bahu for permission, I think, right now. But permission to engage. She wants to try and fire an arrow at one of the jet skis. Okay.
Yeah, Dama has picked up a bag of rocks.
A bag of Pai Show tiles.
Nope, rocks.
No! Why would you?
Yeah, don't break your tiles.
These are fighting tiles. They're not as clear.
Okay.
They're not mint condition. They're chipped.
This is not going to be an easy shot, but Quiwa is going to try and aim an arrow and shoot to damage one of the engines on the pseudo jet skis.
Okay. Yeah. Skills and training, if you want to do it that way.
That makes sense.
Can I launch a crystal ball at the other one?
There we go.
I mean, looking at chat and bringing up the point, I think you are on a cabbage barge. If you want to launch cabbages.
I insert one of the crystals into the cabbage so I can launch it.
This is like
You turn it to
Beautiful.
spikes.
This
so
is
the cabbage
the-
it's a distraction.
I love that
Spikes.
that's what the helper is. The nephew of the cabbage person grows up to become like the cabbage merchant from the show. This is their origin story. This is their first my aunt's cabbages is what they say as you do this. Yeah. Okay, okay, my condition does not affect this roll. That's what I was checking.
What skills or background are you actually using?
It's my skills and training. So in this case, it's because mostly I am a trained archer.
Okay.
So I'm making a very careful shot. I have the technique also for breaking stuff with the careful shot as well, so that narratively fits what I'm capable of doing. It is using focus, which I will stick with, and that's a +1. It's a 5 unless I get 2 help.
I will help by bending.
I need a little bit more than that.
Maybe
I
I gave
magic
you some
it.
crystal arrows, so I'm gonna bend the crystal on the arrow
Like
to
the
like guide
arrowhead?
it. Yeah.
I mean, it is actually normal for arrowheads in general to be stone.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't even need to be crystal.
Not against metal armor, it's not, but sure.
That's fair.
Yeah, if they have metal armor, I would assume. I
Crystal.
just thought I could use crystal to help you a
No,
little
I'm
bit
not saying
more.
it wouldn't be useful in this situation for teamwork actions or whatever. Probably most of your arrows have metal heads. What I was getting
Yeah.
at.
Okay.
And I'll
So I
help
will
too
help.
by throwing a rock at the person bending.
So just spend a fatigue to
Yeah.
do that. You can track that on your token if you want to do it on the sheet or on the thing. Just click your token, and just there's a green bubble. Just put -1 and hit enter.
Yep.
Perfect. And then you're helping as well by just throwing a rock at the actual
the firebender.
the
hit
bender
him in the
who's
head.
powering the engine.
Yeah, just chuck a rock at him. Get
So
startled.
just what makes Dama an expert rock thrower?
I skip it. I skip it along the water and it pops
I mean,
up
like,
and
did you go through some kind of David training with a slingshot? Like,
I'm
what?
just imagining like you
I mean,
trained
you
to
gotta
skip
put your
pie show
pie
tiles
show-
because that's how you skipped pie show tiles across the water.
It's
That's
a
one-
rare
Exactly.
pie show move.
No.
In those back alley tournaments, you have to be like 6 feet away from the board, and you have
Yeah,
to throw
ranged
your
pie show.
It's a little bit like bocce.
I don't know. I don't know. Rock skipping just feels like a wandering skill.
It really does.
Okay.
Some people know how to pick locks. I know how to skip a rock.
I mean,
All right. I mean,
that's
I'll
fair. There
give
is
it
no
to you for
other-
now.
That is the least inappropriate rock skipping skill.
I am an outlaw. That is an outlaw skill.
Yeah, distracting
fair.
guards is totally an outlaw skill. All right.
Okay, so that bumps it up to a 7. So I do it imperfectly. The GM tells you how your approach might lead to unexpected consequences, except those are mark of fatigue.
Okay. Unexpected consequences. Yeah, I think your arrow hits its mark, right? And you see a bunch of steam start pouring out of the back of this jet ski. Unfortunately, that causes the firebender to just bend more fire into it to try to power the vessel up faster. So sort of make up for the loss of steam. And the thing like scoots ahead and actually pushes the person on the wave off of the wave, tumbling forward and onto the deck of your ship.
I will accept that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think when that happens, like the jet ski sort of slams into the front of the boat, you all like get jostled around a bit. Nothing terrible, unless you want to incorporate that into any fallout you need to take.
I think that's it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the end of the move, I believe. Let me check. Yep. So yeah, I think
Fictionally,
fictionally these two guys are still around and not happy with this.
Yeah. And the barge is a lot slower than jet ski, even at the point of disrepair that the one you just hit is.
Yeah.
I think you see like a middle hand come and like lift the sheet and then put the sheet back on.
Yeah, you're now in your suit and just waiting for the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
Do we want to try
Splayed on the
surrendering and then just like surrendering and leading them next to the crate?
How do I clear conditions again?
double click on the hold shift and double click on the black window. It'll bring up the character sheet for it and tell you the effect and how to clear.
Oh, that is really helpful, actually.
Yep.
But yes, Blade on the deck of the ship is a man with long hair, sort of pulled back in I don't know what the cut's called, but it's like the long curtain hair, but still with a ponytail.
Okay.
And you look down, and he's got like sort of a puka shell necklace on, some
Good.
blue vest, and some pants. And you hear him groaning. Oh wow, that was gnarly.
I also picture him wearing flip flops. This feels like a flip flop guy.
And he like rolls over. You can see he's got tan skin. Looks like he looks like a waterbender. He's like, what are you?
Oh, we're barge people.
I don't think they're done with this yet, Quiwa calls out. Still
Yeah, you can hear that
keeping their eyes on the jet skis.
ning around the back.
Your friends are angry.
They're not my friends, and we need to leave.
Can you bend our ship faster?
Yeah, barges only go one speed, dude. Like, this is as fast as it goes.
All right, friends. Well, I guess hang on. And he's going
I'll
to
hang
attempt.
10.
He's going to jump to his feet and attempt to push you away. Now, you're currently being circled by 2 jet skis and
Yeah,
harassed by 4 firebenders.
yeah. I got one of the jet skis. I say as I make a foolhardy action without consulting anyone.
Do you just jump onto one of them?
What could
Yeah,
go
Please tell
wrong?
me. Yeah.
He just jumps
I
onto
jump
one.
onto one of the jet skis and like push the firebender off and take control of it.
Okay. Skills or training or push your luck.
I'm pushing my luck.
That's great.
Sounds like it.
I don't have any plus forwards. If I did any research ahead of time, that would not be foolhardy. Boopity boop, I got a 7.
All right.
And I clear a condition.
Ooh.
Look at me.
Multi-purpose.
So on a 7 on push your luck, on a hit you do it, but it costs you to scrape by. The GM tells you what it costs you. I think wrestling around with the guy you're going to take, it's going to cost you 2 fatigue to
That's
complete
fair.
the action.
He hits me upside the head a couple times as I try to push him off the boat.
But yeah, you now have a jet ski.
Yeah. And an angry firebender friend. There's 2 people on the jet ski.
Yeah. So which one did you push off? The guy in engineering or the guy piloting?
The pilot. I think I pushed the pilot off the boat.
Okay. Are the rest of you doing anything before Dama gets engaged by a firebender on top of a jet ski?
There's a voice coming out from under the sheet saying, "Is there any reason we're not talking with them?"
They're not talking with us, yells Quiwa back. I'm waiting to see if Bahu does anything.
Oh, I was waiting to see if you were gonna shoot one.
Okay, I'll shoot the other one.
Mm.
I'll shoot at the pilot of the other jet ski.
Okay.
That sounds like it's engaging, but it could also be.
Yeah, if you want to engage them, you definitely can. We can do the combat thing.
I'm seeing if there's anything else, but no, I think that makes the most sense for this.
All right, you want to do the combat thing? Let's do the combat thing.
Yay.
All right, so I need. It'll be quick and easy because these are not
Yeah.
major NPCs. All right, go ahead and choose your approach. Dama, go ahead and do the same. Is everyone engaging somebody, or
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot rocks at people.
Aeon, you're waiting?
I'll take a look if there's anything effective in, engage or defend to pace for the moment. Because we've got the 4, right?
3?
3.
Dama took one down.
One of them is currently in the water.
And we've been moving
Can
forward.
I fish them out of the water
Yeah.
and onto the boat? Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys
you
can
can-
engage. I'm going to go search and rescue
yeah.
this guy.
I'm evading and observing for mine, if I remember my things correctly. So I'm basically looking for the right moment to shoot, is what
Okay.
Quiwa is doing. I assume the other guys already chosen their approaches.
They're working on it, but it's
I gotta see what the normal techniques are. Oh no, wait, universal techniques you have to
You
take,
still have
right?
to learn those ones. It's just the
Right.
basic
What's
techniques.
the-
basic
that's what I'm
techniques is
looking
what you're looking for.
They are. Yeah, if you look at the handout basic techniques, it'll list some links
thank
to
you.
all of them.
No, that won't be helpful. Not until I clean it up. Never mind.
I think I have to defend and maneuver because I don't think I can Can I launch a rock? Are they within range to hit?
Do you have a rock near you?
I have my bling.
That's true. You do have your bling.
Yeah, we'll say they're close enough to engage with. If you're physically engaging them in something where you have to punch them, you're jumping onto the jet ski. But I don't think that's a role because you're awesome fighters, right? Like
Right.
it's just a dynamic battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to then. Oh, because the waterbender's next to us too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I assume
gonna
he's just getting
defend
us
then.
out of here after a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. Oops, is that mine? That is mine. I don't want that.
Okay.
Choose. Yeah, I'm doing defend and maneuver.
All
Oh,
right.
we're still
Okay.
using the deck.
To be specific, Quiwa, there's one engineer and Dama on one, and then an engineer and a pilot on the other.
Yes.
Who were you engaging?
I think I'm actually engaging the engineer on the other.
Okay. So Blue is engineer on the other. Dama is engaging the engineer on his.
Yep.
Bow, pilot or engineer or other engineer.
Is the pilot the one who would be shooting fire?
They both are sporadically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will be defending against whoever is not being targeted currently.
Okay. So since the other two, okay, yeah, it'll be the third one that's going for you because the other two are going to have problems of their own.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Okay. I'll get faster at this as we move along.
All right.
There is a fair amount you get to do, so.
Yep. Then we'll just go
All right.
one pairing off at a time.
Yeah, so basically we pick someone to focus on, we settle their stuff, and then we move to the next person.
Okay.
It could go a couple of exchanges before we move the focus.
Yep.
All right. Who wants to go first? I'll let you guys decide.
Oh, I have my plan already set up.
Let's stick with you then. Let's stick with Dama.
Yeah.
Bao was
Yeah.
waiting on Quiwa, so we'll probably go Dama, then Quiwa, then Bao.
Okay, so Dama, it's attack versus attack, so these things are happening at the same time.
Roll with passion.
Indeed.
I roll 7.
7. All right.
I
According
picked
to the
one,
stance
right?
move, I believe, yes, that is. So on a 7 to 9, use one basic or mastered technique.
Yeah. I'm gonna smash the boat.
Okay.
I mark 1 fatigue. And I do an impressive fire-bending powered kick to shove my foot through the boat. And then I also jump in the water. That's my move.
Okay. I think as you do that, yeah, the engineer on the boat realizes what's going on. You've punched a hole in the bottom of this thing. This is like the Model T version of the jet ski. So like,
Yeah.
Wooden planked bottom,
Yeah.
firebender kick straight through it.
Yep.
But yeah, the firebender engineer jumps up into the air, pulls out a odd-looking device that he hits a button on that shoots 2 cords towards you. It's a taser.
Oh, I'm gonna be down. Okay.
So yeah, they have to mark 1 fatigue to inflict 2 fatigue and impaired on the target. So you
All
take
right.
2 fatigue and move impaired down to your active status.
I don't have 2 fatigue, so I also take condition.
Oh. How did you
Okay.
spend so much What?
Yeah.
I blasted through fatigue in this fight.
I see that.
Isn't
I spent 1
fatigue
to
not
help.
just like fatigue and then taking conditions for the enemy? Isn't for us fatigue you're out?
No,
it's-
conditions
no.
is out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were you saying, Indigo?
I spent 1 to help.
hmm
Did I spend any to? I think I got hurt pushing the guy off the boat for 2.
Mm-hmm.
I spent
Mhm.
1 to smash, and then I just
Oh.
got hit for 2 more.
And that's your 5th
Yeah.
one. You can mark
Yeah.
at 5 fatigue and be fine, unless you want to save that last fatigue spot to do a technique later.
No, I took 2, and I only had 4, so 1 went to fatigue,
Isn't
and
max
1 goes
fatigue
to
5,
condition.
or is
Yeah.
that
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
maxed fatigue on 1 of 2, and the second one goes into condition.
How did they? Oh, never mind.
okay?
My question's been
So you
answered.
got hit by a taser.
Yep.
What condition?
the
How,
water.
how does that make you feel?
Oh, that I did not think this plan guilty because I did not think this fight through.
Yep. You can feel like the voice of the pie show spirit that's telling you like a pie show strategy lesson, but it's applying now. Like you must
I
see the plan
advanced
10
too
steps
quickly.
forward. Yeah. Reckless, I tell you.
In the middle of this, Bao's just gonna look over at at Sato and
I'm
go,
just gonna like lay
Master
back in the
strategist.
water with like bolts of energy still like sparking off of me.
Yeah,
Continue
impaired in the water might
rescuing
be.
anyone who needs.
Yeah, we might
Yeah.
need to help Dama not drown.
Someone's
Yeah,
already
so-
fishing people out of the water.
Yeah, so,
That's
so
true.
Dama and another Fire Nation soldier are in the water.
There's a jet ski actively sinking.
It's a target-rich environment for human reclamation.
Okay.
So I guess that ends that exchange.
You're
Who's
both
next?
taken out. Quiwa is she has an arrow ready in her bow. I mean, actually, they're going first because they're defending.
Mhm.
But yeah, she's waiting for a chance to, the right moment to shoot.
Okay. Sorry, I keep closing things. I need to stay open. There we go. So what they're going to do is just be ready to retaliate. That's the technique they're taking.
Okay.
And what that means is if you inflict a condition fatigue or shift their balance, they inflict a fatigue on you.
Okay. So we're both kind of eyeing each other up right now.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's waiting for you to strike before making some kind of counterattack.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with my creativity of +2 to evade and observe.
Mhm.
I accidentally
Yeah.
jam rolled that by mistake, but it was a natural 1 and 2, which is a 5. Which means doesn't say, which is
No,
on a
if
miss.
you
You
can.
stumble. You can shift your balance away from center to use one basic technique.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, if at worst this could be a net 0. Hold on, let me look at any basic techniques. Shift your balance towards one of your principles. Next time move up to that principle. Do not mark fatigue. I can aid or impede a nearby character, inflicting an appropriate status. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try tricking them in a way. I'm gonna mark a fatigue to use a basic status. Can I switch and help bow? Not like switch fully, but is it? Do I have to inflict a status on someone in the engagement?
So
I don't know how that
not
works.
necessarily, since it says nearby character, like follow the fiction, right? You can
Yeah.
help Bow right now.
Yeah, you are a
Instead,
ranged
Yeah,
person.
because Bao is still targeting the other person on the same boat, if I'm not mistaken.
right?
Okay. So I think I'm going to try and inflict a status on the pilot since I was supposed to be engaging the engineer. Let me look at. I'm looking at the statuses and which ones.
The other option is you could give Bow a helpful status for
I'm
his
looking at
turn.
the helpful statuses as well. Ooh, yeah. I think I'm gonna say I think I'm just waiting there. I'm waiting. I'm not taking a shot or anything like that. But I'm near Bow, and I think I say I think I say to Bow, I'm gonna give him the favored condition. Oh, I guess that would be more inspired. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the
Well,
inspired condition by trying to. What do you think for saying words of affirmation to you?
um,
Or you could nail the guy's pants to the boat.
That's true, but
Yeah, fictionally, you can really do anything here as long as you can justify it.
yep. As long as it's
Very open ended.
yep, or a different basic technique.
If you want favored, you could basically point out a specific weakness that you're seeing, saying, hit there. Because favored is, waterbender on a river on a full moon. So with you having pointed out the weakness, that might make sense for favored.
yeah, like you could have spotted like a structural weakness on there.
Or how's this? You're about to go underneath that bridge we talked about. It's made of
Ooh.
stone.
Ooh.
You could like blast
Yes.
some of the stone down onto the deck.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. I would tell that to Baohu. I'd say it like, not. I'd say it quietly enough, though it's not whispered for the jet ski people not to hear. But I'm gonna give
Or it
you
could
the
just be
favored.
get ready, even.
I'm gonna give you the. Yeah. I just say like above us to Baohu. I'm gonna give you the favored condition. favor status rather, so that you can use an additional
Nice.
technique.
All right.
Yeah. I think obviously I'm waiting on Bao Hu now. So
Okay, so yeah, we flip over to that. Defend happens before attack.
Oh, it does?
attack
Yep.
happens first, I think.
No,
Oh, I
it's defend, attack, and evade.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
DAE.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll focus, which is my best one. It's a 7.
A lot of
You
sevens.
really
Lots
like
of sevens.
sevens.
But you get an extra technique,
Mhm.
basic or mastered.
Okay, so on a 7, I can do.
In the next exchange. Well, this is technically the next. See, this is the wording I don't like. Is this the next exchange? Because an exchange is between a small group of people.
Totally up to you, Zen. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd say it
For now,
probably is.
I'll play it that this is the next exchange.
Okay,
Okay.
We might revisit that.
all right. Then in that case, I think the master technique I want to use is this.
Divert.
Yep. And then the basic technique will be retaliate. So if he's like shooting fire at either anyone next to me, I'm gonna divert them to me and then retaliate.
Okay. Good deal.
So let me see here. Oh, so I don't mark any fatigue to do either of these.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, not unless it calls it.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I just
Gonna
ready those
spiked
rocks.
turtle shell.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the attack that's coming towards you is that firebender just launching, sort of a barrage of small fireballs towards you. It's just a smash.
A smash or a strike?
Strike. Sorry, I keep closing the damn
Yeah.
thing.
Yep. There's some different handouts needed.
Yeah, because I kind of do like the breakdown of the basic attack moves.
I do as well.
There's like one for attacking humans, one for attacking their spirit, and one for attacking
There's stuff.
like the things around them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's a nice array of like, you don't really need to kill people. You could just like light their cart on fire, and that's just as cool and appropriate.
Mhm.
So striking a
I'm
foe in reach, force them to mark 2 fatigue, mark it to condition, or shift their balance away from center, their choice.
Yep. So that
For
means
smash?
meaning yours.
For strike.
Oh, for
Because
strike.
smash is, if he went after the boat, it would be smash, but he went after you.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did strike. Okay.
So you can mark 2 fatigue, a condition, or shift your balance away from center.
I'll shift my balance away from center.
Okay.
And then you retaliate.
Yeah.
Yep. They're
So
gonna take
he takes 2 fatigue because divert is 1, and then retaliate does another 1.
Yeah.
Right.
nice. Okay.
But
Minus
so
2
I
on him.
so I can shift it more toward trust, right?
Yeah.
Excellent, because I was literally trusting Q to like shoot arrows.
Perfect. And then this is of course the time that I'm not shooting arrows.
Mhm. All right. Do we want to stick with this or move back to Quiwa? Actually, no. Back of the boat. What are you doing, Aeon?
I think as there's people in the water, I'm like, I'm not getting this suit wet, so I'm probably going to rip the rail off of the boat and go fishing for it. Basically, I'm trying to put the rail next to someone grab on, I'll tow you into the boat, we'll deposit you, and then go for the next person.
Okay.
And I'm going in order the people hit the water, so the first Fire Nation person, Dama, and then the second Fire Nation person.
Okay. I want to find a way to address that Dama status impaired. Because I think if you're not immediately pulled out of the water, you're marking another fatigue.
I think so
Yeah.
too. Which means I'm marking another condition as I start to drown.
But you are being pulled out of the water immediately. Are you able to
Second?
pull to? I guess. Oh, second. Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
I
sorry.
misheard that.
He was not the first in the water, and I need a moment to at least refocus on him before getting the other guy.
Would you accept using like an oar or like a long stick that one might use to push a barge instead of ripping a railing?
Railings are so much more fun and longer. I like the idea of ripping a railing simply because it's something that normally you wouldn't be able to do.
Okay.
And it's sort of brash and,
Yeah, grab the first long-looking thing and. All right.
impulsive. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, you rip it off.
No.
It doesn't horribly damage the boat. This isn't gonna cause a sinking thing or anything.
Congratulations, you sunk the ship.
But yeah, I think you just do it. I don't think you really need to roll here. It's just
Okay.
smacking people with a pole and pulling them out.
Yeah,
I
there's
guess the
Um,
question is, are they coming out, and what is happening when they do?
Well, I think there's enough time between pulling them out and them actually being able to do something. Just getting up onto the boat and everything. Geez, I don't know.
If only there was a professional soldier on board who would watch
If only
them.
they weren't so hungover.
In the back end, just have you watching them.
Yeah, you want to call Sato out to make sure they don't pull
Make
any
sure to
shit. Yeah,
behave.
he'd do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll yell them out and do that as I keep going fishing.
Yeah, I'm reticent to put my NPC into the story unless you call him in. So
Call them to keep a watch out on these guys. I'm going to get more.
okay, yeah, Sato will keep them under guard. I think he just keeps dousing them in water.
With a bucket.
Perfect.
Every time they start to stir, just with a bucket of water.
Yeah, their hands must be constantly wet.
Apparently, no one knows how to swim, so good to know. And I guess as those two are relatively easy to fish out, but Dama is impaired, I guess probably gave up on him for a little bit, came back to him.
So I'm taking another condition?
No, you're just taking the one.
But yeah, like just for the
I'm just gonna wait for
narrative
3 more rounds just to get that death mechanic in. We'll see what happens.
I do have a special death mechanic. It advances my destiny.
So we see you're like we have an underwater like vision where everything goes dark around you. The water goes gray, and then you just see like the Pai Sho spirit appears in front of you. Like you can't die now.
The Radish Lotus will intervene, and I will activate a move if I get taken out.
And the plank of the long railing shatters through the Pai Sho spirit.
Before the vision fully takes hold, I get wrenched from they get to shove it between the taser wire and yeah.
Yes.
Come towards the radish. Come towards the radish. And then the oar comes through.
Yeah.
Railing, yeah.
I'm just imagining the Pai Sho spirit actually speaks with like Avatar Roku's voice, like far more authoritative sounding than they look.
We never hear him in the show.
That's true.
The Radish Lotus never speaks. Just the person who plays Pai Sho with Iroh.
Yep.
My headcanon was like Charlie the Magical Unicorn voice.
Just a very high pitched, out of place.
Yeah, very high pitched.
Okay.
All right. So back to the other two. New approaches, if you wish.
I will do a dual approach.
I'm done fighting.
Yes.
Yes. Now that I have rocks, am I no longer favored also? Does that go
That
away?
would have, yeah. That I
Yeah,
assume that
as
it
soon as you
lasts for
spend it.
one.
Oops.
All right.
Didn't mean to do that.
I can never be favored again.
Nope.
That's what happens.
You've used it once, and that's all you get.
Mhm.
Just like I can never be impaired again.
Nice.
Definitely sure that's how that works.
The universe maintains balance.
Perfect. Okay, I think I'm gonna defend and maneuver myself now.
Oh.
Okay. As they're going to.
They're both going to attack.
Yep, I figured that. So I'll defend first, since that would go off first, which is with
Mhm.
focus. 8. We love our 7 to 9s. I only have basic techniques for defend. So. Yeah, I'm gonna retaliate.
Okay. For the soldier's part, he's whipping out the taser, coming right at you. He's going to mark 1 fatigue for 2 fatigue and impaired.
Okay, and then I'll retaliate, so he marks another one.
Mhm.
I take impaired, and I take 2 fatigue. All right. So I am tased.
Yep, we'll move over to Bow as we see the convulsing Quiwa try to, shake it off.
Yes. So I will be rolling with passion, right? That's a advance and attack.
Yes.
Yep, I think I just
Alright.
fired my arrow off before the taser hit me, so it was more of a simultaneous hit.
So you can use a basic or
Basic or mastered.
oh dang it! All right, I'll have to use a basic. I'm gonna smash his jet ski.
Okay.
Just chuck a rock at it. So I mark 1 fatigue, and he no longer has a jet ski.
All right.
Right.
And he's continuing to strike at you. So, and you know what? He is going to pay the cost for it because he's going to be out no matter what. So he's going to force you to mark a condition.
Okay. I will mark. Let's see. Angry.
Angry.
Because we keep fighting firebenders, and no one here seems to understand the firebenders are bad.
Okay.
I took out a whole boat by myself, and you're really putting this on us.
You did surprisingly well in Bow's eyes.
I mean, did I also get taken out? Yes, but I did have results.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I can hit people or I can keep people alive. One of these seems more important.
Whoops. Wrong one.
Okay.
Yeah. So all that's left is the barely hanging on engineer who is now stopped in the water because he doesn't have anyone
Yeah.
driving the damn thing.
And the boat is slowly sinking.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna take advantage of that.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it. Because matched up and players go first when there's a tie.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, no, harmony is my worst stat. Okay, that's good.
Old is impaired.
Passion's a 0.
You
Oh,
are
I
also
am impaired.
Yep, you have to mark 1 fatigue or -2 to all physical actions, or choose one. Oh, that's NPCs.
I'm gonna mark a fatigue. Is that just for this turn, or am I still impaired?
Um,
I don't know. If
it
all
it
statuses-
depends on why the status is there. For this instance, yes, it'll go away.
Okay.
Sometimes impaired is you're
don't delete
stuck
it,
in
just put it
mud.
back.
Oh god.
Yep.
You're doing what now?
I keep deleting it instead of moving it.
Just copy it from Jordan's.
Yeah,
Either way,
that's what I've been doing. It just doesn't.
You also need another one for Tama Lee up here.
Yep.
That's annoying.
Either way.
You know what? It's you guys do it now. I don't care anymore.
Yes.
I'm fine never being impaired.
Yeah, no, I got a 6, which is still enough to mark a condition to use a basic mark a fatigue, I believe.
You're marking 2 fatigue.
Oh, shift my
for this
balance away from
basic-
center to use a basic technique.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do that, and I actually should have shifted my balance last time because I did that as well. So I'm actually gonna shift my balance twice.
Oh, good. Where's your balance now?
Well, it wasn't middle, so I think I'm gonna go towards progress. We're literally fighting Fire Nation, which means progress is going up, and then I'm gonna strike. So they have to mark 2 fatigue.
Yep,
Or
which means they're
condition, or shift balance away from center.
they're out.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll throw a strike back as you take them out of combat.
Yeah.
So you can choose there.
Yep. I'm gonna mark 2 fatigue, which maxes me out on fatigue, but I'm not past my max.
There you go.
Great start to this.
It actually should be at 0.
So those were minor NPCs, just so we're all aware.
Yep.
Now we're doing this properly, and it's very different than the last bulldozer.
hmm But yeah, you managed to get rid of the problem. The waterbender finally gets up enough momentum to build up a wave behind the boat and push you out of the area, continuing up towards Duofei.
Yeah, and we
All
have
4 of the
4.
firebenders in a heap on the deck.
Yeah, we have 4
Mhm.
firebenders stacked like logs on the back of the.
Yep. Yeah, Sato was busy tying them up. Well, in between buckets of water.
Yeah, and I think we go to commercial.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll go to break on that. So we'll be back in just a few minutes.